When most hear the word propaganda, they tend to imagine old images of World War II posters of Uncle Sam saying he wants you, or Rosie the Riveter saying we can do it. But many seem to dismiss how strong propaganda still is in the modern world, and how often we are subjected to it. Propaganda itself is nothing more than information, but with a purpose behind it. These purposes can be anything from covert to blatant, and the same goes for the provider of this information. With the rise of globalization and the mass media throughout the modern era, propaganda has taken a much more ambiguous face as compared to the posters of the World War II era. Now propaganda can appear to be something as regular to us as an Instagram post, that we would just look over and continue scrolling. But sources such as this can be planted, paid for by political organizations and companies targeting youth with products and services. It has become very hard in the modern age to distinguish what is genuine from what is trying to influence you. And the first step to being alert about when you are being subjected to propaganda, you must first understand its purpose. This is to continue the flow of information, control public opinion, and control our behaviors, meaning our actions, our thoughts, and our emotions. In order to understand the nature of propaganda, one must first understand the message or goal of any piece of media. Is this information genuine? Who is showing me this information? Who might gain from me thinking this way over another? Most people think they are able to distinguish propaganda when it is presented to them. But still, most people are being subjected to forms of covert propaganda every day, and in reality are completely unaware. In recent news, there's been an issue with foreign propaganda disguised within social media. Facebook recently had to take down a page by the name of Blacktivist that was found to be linked to Russian propagandists. The page was disguised as a genuine Black Lives Matter sort of group that shared videos of police brutality, usually against African Americans. It seems the disguise was very strong, as the page had over 400,000 followers, many of them being people who were legitimately concerned with such issues. As an exercise, do you think you would have been able to tell the true source of this page? Over 400,000 people weren't. What do you think is the goal of the Russian propagandists to use this sort of tactic? And finally, what do you think they're trying to gain from it? These can be extremely difficult questions to answer, but in the modern world, these are questions that must be asked about all sources of information if one hopes to avoid being taken advantage of. It's a daunting task, but this is the way the world is becoming as we all become more and more advanced and the world becomes a smaller and smaller place.